Good afternoon, I'm Mai Rodriguez and this is Newsfeed. It is a rainy Monday, even if the storm Crising has already left the country. Pierre Pastor tells us Crising caused severe floods and landslides in many areas and sent thousands to seek shelter in evacuation centers.
5 deaths have been reported due to the onslaught of Typhoon Crising and the southwest monsoon, according to the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council. In the NDRRMC report released this Monday morning, 2 of the deaths have been confirmed, one from Region 10 and another from Caraga region. 3 others are still being verified, 2 in northern Mindanao and 1 in the Davao region. 4 people were injured while 7 remain missing. Over 800,000 individuals, or about 225,000 families, have been affected by the weather disturbance across the country. In Barangay Tatalon in Quezon City, 100 families evacuated after floodwaters reached chest level over the weekend. Another 350 individuals were evacuated from high-risk areas in Barangay Bagong Silangan. There were also evacuees in Barangay Manresa and Champaka. Flooding was also reported in several areas from Kamanava up to Bulacan. Authorities are currently monitoring the water level at La Mesa Dam, which is now at critical level. The Marikina River is also under close watch, and the LGU continues to warn affected residents to evacuate early. The Department of Health also reminded evacuees to maintain proper hygiene in evacuation centers. The agency added that everyone must be extra cautious. Illnesses spread quickly in crowded temporary shelters. The OCD is also monitoring possible impacts of the southwest monsoon on the Negros Island region. Apart from heavy rains and flooding brought by the monsoon enhanced by Typhoon Crising, they are closely watching for potential lahar flow from Canlaon volcano in different parts of Negros.
For the last 4 or 5 days now, we made special attention dito sa Canlaon because of their current situation na may activity yung vulkan. So binabantayan namin yung movement ng lahar doon. But so far, wala naman ganun, no? Walang reports on movement of the lahar.
Relief and rescue operations continue in the town of Ilog, Negros Occidental, after the Malabong River overflowed, flooding nearby barangays. In Bago City, family food packs are now being distributed. According to the Bago City LGU, nearly 100 families in Barangay Sagasa were trapped due to the flooding in the area. Clearing operations have also started in the town of La Castellana in Negros Occidental. Students in the town are expected to return to school tomorrow. In Sebaste Antique, DSWD personnel had to cross a raging river to deliver aid to affected residents, as access to the area has become difficult due to the damaged bridge. In Tuba, Benguet, a portion of Cannon Road at Camp 6 remains impassable to all types of vehicles due to continuous rockfalls. Clearing operations have also begun in parts of Itogon, Benguet after landslides hit the area. In La Union, clearing is ongoing on roads affected by landslides. Even though Typhoon Crising has already left the Philippine area of responsibility, rains brought by the southwest monsoon continue. Pag-asa is also monitoring another low-pressure area that may develop into a tropical cyclone. Pierre Pastor, Billionario News Channel.
Due to the inclement weather, Malacanang has suspended classes and work in government offices in Metro Manila, along with nearby provinces Rizal, Cavite, Batangas, Laguna, Bulacan, Pampanga, Zambales, and Bataan. Tragedy at sea in Indonesia. A ferry catching fire off the coast of Sulawesi. Video taken by rescuers shows smoke billowing from the ship. At least 5 people were reported killed in the blaze. 284 others luckily escaped. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. In sports, history denied for People's Champ Manny Pacquiao as boxing's only 8th Division World Champion settles for a draw against WBC welterweight king Mario Barrios. America correspondent Steve Angelis has the story.
Boxing legend Manny Pacquiao's return to the ring did not yield a clear victory, as it ended in a majority draw against reigning WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios this Sunday at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. According to the official tally, one judge scored it 115 to 113 for Barrios, while two judges scored it 114 all, allowing the 30-year-old Barrios to retain his crown against the 46-year-old Pacquiao. Despite his age, he kept up with the speed, unleashed combinations, and penetrated the defense of the 6-foot-tall champion with his side-to-side movements and close-range flurries. Barrios, on the other hand, was defensive, using piston-like jabs and clean body shots, especially in the latter rounds to control the distance and Pacquiao's advances. In the end, there was no clear winner, leaving some fans unsatisfied while others deemed it fair. However, both Pacquiao and Barrios showed respect for each other and hinted at an open door for a possible rematch. It is clear that both warriors were not content with the inconclusive result.
Yeah, thank you, for supporting this event. It's a hell of a fight, which, was no surprise. Hats out to Manny for leaving everything in the ring, and for just being the fighter that he still is at his age, and giving the sport everything that he is. It was a hell of an experience, and I'm still happy, to be holding my title, and we're gonna keep the ball rolling.
Tonight, I know you enjoyed the fight, but I thought, although the decision is not really favor to me, like I'm sad, but I did my best. Being a no fight for 4 years, I'm happy for my performance tonight. So thank you to all your support.
This fight marked Pacquiao's 16th time to climb the MGM Grand Ring, and his first bout since losing to Yordenis Ugas in 2021. Despite the result, Pacquiao is still an inspiration in the boxing world, and for most of the Filipinos, he is still the winner. Steve Angelis, Billion Audio News Channel, Los Angeles, California.
At 46 years old, Manny Pacquiao proved that he can go toe-to-toe with a younger, taller rival. But the majority draw may just be the opening round. On Billionaire News Channel's Beautiful Day, sports analyst Nisi Icasiano says he is convinced the Pambansang Kamao still has a lot of fight left in him. But he says the Pacman must be extra careful with his game plan moving forward.
The logical thing for Manny is to fight manageable. That's the right adjective, manageable opponents. For him to at least find his groove as a boxer. Now that he has full attention of being an athlete again. But with an outcome like this, there's bound to be a clamor for a rematch between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios. And let's be honest, this isn't Manny's first brush with controversy inside the ring. Think back to the first Timothy Bradley fight, the Jeff Horn bout, and even the initial showdown with Juan Manuel Marquez. And sure, Team Pacquiao has grounds to have the Nevada State Athletic Commission to take a closer look. But if there's one thing we know about Manny, is that he doesn't dwell. He moves forward, and all signs point to a second encounter being more of a matter of when than if.
Icasiano adds Pacquiao defied expectations after a 4-year layoff. But data from punch tracking system CompuBox shows Mario Barrios outpunched Pacquiao. Barrios landed 120 of his 658 total punches. Pacquiao, on the other hand, connected with 101 of his 577 blows. And those are the news this hour. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Stay with the Billionaire News Channel. Good afternoon.